Today, Josh Duhon is here. He plays Logan Hayes on General Hospital. And later in the show, Dror Okavi, who taught Krav Maga to the Israeli military, and personal trainer Thomas Tadlock are going to help you get in fighting shape. Very happy to have you here today,
Thanks,
Josh.
Appreciate it.
So we were talking beforehand before the show, and you told me that you were a lot like your character on the show, and you think that's why you got it. So what does that mean? What do you like, and what's he like?
Well, you know, Logan is a guy with a bit of a troubled past. You know, he came from a family that.
This is getting good. We're just starting out.
We're just starting out.
Already, I'm interested.
You know,
we're just starting out here.
No, I don't. Okay. You know, he didn't have a father growing up. I did, but certainly he kind of walks around now with a bit of a chip on his shoulder. He joined the Army at 18 to try to get some money for college, and he's just since then spent about 4 years over in Iraq. He's come back to Port Charles to look around for his dad. So he's an edgy kind of guy who's kind of, I guess, out for himself and
apparently chasing after all the women.
All the women in town, right? That he splits his time.
Sounds like a soap.
Pretty evenly, right? So you know, just the thing that I related with the character, I think, is certainly myself a bit of an edge to me. So it was easy from, you know, just. I think an intensity that I have as an actor that they were looking for in this character. You know, that's kind of what I brought to the table. They were looking for a guy who had an edge, and I think what they meant by edge, and maybe didn't know at the time, was just a real intensity to himself. So, you know, that very much is who I am on a day-to-day basis.
You told me when we were talking the other day that that sometimes you're maybe a little quiet when you first meet people.
Yeah, yeah. So I think it's a lot. I am a lot of times. I just, you know, when I come in, especially in an environment I'm not real familiar with, people I don't really know, I'm you know, more on the quiet side, and I think sometimes it's maybe misconstrued as being arrogant or something else, when not necessarily the case. Just, you know, I don't really know the surroundings of the people. So
but then once you know them, then you spread.
Yeah, open up a little bit. You know, once I get to know who I'm around. But Logan is you know, much the same way. You know, he kind of keeps to himself. If he's asked, you know, what's on his mind, he doesn't pull any punches. You know, he tells people exactly like he sees it. So, you know, he makes a lot of enemies along the way just because he has a tendency to be a bit abrasive. And there's people who either love him or hate him. He's that type of character.
Hate him kind of guy.
He's a love or hate kind of guy. So
you've been on the show now for a couple of months, right?
Yeah, a little over 3 months now. Yeah.
So what was it like joining? Because you originally had auditioned for them when you first came to LA a couple of years ago, right?
Yeah, I never imagined in a million years I would end up on a soap opera, but here I am.
In fact, I think someone, should I tell? Someone told me maybe initially you weren't crazy about the idea of doing soap.
No, I was not. You know, I had a lot of misconceptions about soap business, and I think the show I'm on, General Hospital, as far as the quality of what's done there on a day-to-day basis. I mean, they shoot an episode a day. What they do on that show is unbelievable.
Right, yep.
You know, a 1 hour drama, you would shoot maybe 10 pages in an entire day. These people film anywhere from 90 to 120 pages in a day. So I think soap actors, now that I've spent 3 months on the show, soap actors have some of the best instincts on television. You know, you get one take at it, that's it.
Yeah. I've been on the set of Days of Our Lives before, and I saw when they spent, you know, they had 15-hour days, this during the holidays when they were doing double episodes or something. But yeah, and they just crank it out.
It's insane, as much material as they crank out on a day-to-day basis. The crew on this show is phenomenal. Everybody's very, very professional, and so everybody's a pleasure to work with. So I could not be more pleased now that I've been on here for 3 months that I made a choice to in fact do the show.
Did you watch the show at all before you joined it, or?
You know what, my audition process was a lengthy one. You know, that went through 5 different appointments. They initially read about 260 people for the part that I have. So I had about 5 different meetings over at General Hospital, and I started watching the show when I heard about the first audition, and I followed it for about a month and a half, you know, all the way through the audition process, the screen test, and then continued to watch it because it was about 4 weeks before I actually started once I booked the job. So I watched the show for a couple months, and my mom used to watch the show all the time when she was younger. So.
I have to admit, I don't watch much TV these days. I guess I just don't have time. But 20 years ago, or whatever it was, like the rest of the country, I did watch, one of the few times really in my life I watched a soap opera on a regular basis. I watched General Hospital when it was the summer of Luke and Laura, and I think even Elizabeth Taylor was on, and at that point it was like a primetime show practically.
Well,
really everybody was watching that whole Luke and Laura thing. And
the Luke and Laura thing is, they are the most famous couple in soap television, and actually the character that was Julie Berman's character, Lulu Spencer, Logan was brought on to play her love interest. Julie Berman, I can't say enough about her, phenomenal actress. She's been nominated for an Emmy this year. Great girl. Logan has been brought on to kind of create the new LL, the new Luke and Laura. I think is what they're going for. So hopefully that will come across the way they're looking for it too. But yeah, Luke and Laura very, very famous, and they're trying to recreate that
they're
now.
still there. I thought, wow, I'll be damned.
They are.
20 years later.
I worked with Tony Geary actually about 2 weeks after I'd been on the show. I worked with Tony Geary, who plays Luke, and phenomenal actor, great guy.
That's when people talk about kind of the pros and cons of being on a soap. I mean, certainly, I think that's one of the pros is that generally those shows go on forever. I mean, some of them. What's the
General Hospital's 45 years.
45 years.
Yeah,
wow.
45 years.
Unlike a primetime show that you're lucky if it makes 3 episodes.
Yeah, and also they're doing General Hospital is doing a spin-off now called Night Shift that they're putting on SoapNet. I'm going to be on that also. That's going to be kind of a 1-hour primetime thing. They're trying to move everything over to SoapNet, which is going to be cool because it's going to allow a lot of people who would maybe like to watch the daytime stuff that work, and are not able to watch it at night. I was wondering, will it be film or is it going to be video? They're shooting, they're shooting actually the GH Night Shift on HD, which is looks really sharp actually, very, very good looking. So it'll have more of a prime time. It'll definitely have a prime time feel to it for sure. That's what they're trying to, they're putting the syndication of the OC and One Tree Hill, and all the soaps will go on SoapNet, and so people can kind of watch that stuff during prime time. And I think Billy D. Williams is starring in the GH Nights. He's going to be one of the lead characters. Also, Patrick and Robin. They call them Scrubs on the show. They're the primary couple on the show. So. Yeah. And so, what does that mean for your? What is your shooting? Logan's going to be involved in the night shift. I think I haven't been told exactly how many episodes, but the stuff that happens in night shift will not parallel what goes on during General Hospital. So we're going to have a parallel universe, 2 different General Hospitals out there. Well, night shift is going to not. It's going to be some of the same characters, but the storyline is going to be completely different from what's going on in General Hospital during the day to what goes on the night shift. But yet, presumably somehow in sync with it. Meaning, like you're not dating somebody different. From what I've been told, no. I think Logan during the day could be in the midst of a shootout, and at night he's, at dinner with the young lady. It's not gonna. They're not. The two are not gonna parallel each other. From what I've been told, I could be wrong. That's interesting. Yeah. And it'd be interesting to see which is more successful in a way, ultimately. I mean, like if the primetime one took off or something and overshadowed the daytime one, I don't know. Right. It will be interesting to see what happens with that. If it catches on, it could totally revolutionize the way soaps are done. General Hospital, as far as the daytime viewing audience, I mean, they've got like 3 million viewers a day and have for 40+ years. So I don't see that thing going anywhere anytime soon. They just came off their strongest ratings ever. Wow. About a month ago. So. Well, yeah, that's the thing. They're all looking at the multimedia, digital, downloads. All the different platforms. Put it on the web. Put it on on iTunes or something. YouTube, so I guess it's, all of it. Yeah. So potentially, I suppose any of the daytime soaps could become nighttime series if this works. Maybe you'd see. Yeah, I think General Hospital is the first, like kind of the pioneer, and I think if it works, you may see some of these other soaps, maybe Young and the Restless, some of the more popular ones, try to do something like it. But I think it'll all depend on, or kind of be dictated upon the success that General Hospital has doing this spinoff. So yeah. It'll be interesting to see how that goes. I'm sure will. Well, let's see something else about your character. You play an ex-Iraqi soldier on the show, but you've never been in the military yourself, right? No. My father spent about 25 years in the Special Forces, so I guess you could say I was in the military for about 18 years growing up, or at least I feel I was, so I put in my time. But no, anyways, Logan's. So he did a tour in Iraq. Okay. He was an MP. But you grew up in that kind of environment. Yeah, I mean, my father's business. He trains law enforcement and small arms tactics, SWAT team, some civilians, and has done that over in Texas for 20 plus years. Is, yeah.
Well, you are going to love the next segment then, because we're going to pair you with Dror Okavi, who was in the
heard
Israeli
about that.
military for 3 years.
I heard about that. I hope the guy didn't hurt me. You know?
That's right. Taught their elite forces Krav Maga, and Thomas Tadlock, who's a personal trainer here in LA. They're going to join us,
Awesome.
and we're going to teach you some Krav Maga, and me too, I think.
Wow. That sounds exciting.
But first, we're going to take a look at Josh on General Hospital, and we'll be right back.
Stay. Come in, you're my first visitor.
I thought you were sleeping.
A light doze. Old trick I learned in Iraq, and it improves your chances of survival.
Speaking of which, how are you?
Shot.
And we are back with Josh Duhon from General Hospital, and joining us now is Dror Okavi. Great to have you here today, Dror.
Hi, nice. It's a pleasure for me.
So you're
nice
a
to meet you.
two-time Mr. Israel, and you were in the Israeli Army for 3 years and taught their special forces Krav Maga.
Yeah, I was two-time Mr. Israel in 2000 and 2001. Used to compete in bodybuilding. Like you see, I was bigger, but no, this is in United States. I did a couple cover of magazine, Shoot for Muscle and Fitness, Men's Workout, Ironman magazine, Exercise Health, and a couple different magazines. And yeah, I teach some Krav Maga at the Army. It's not exactly Krav Maga.
Oh, okay.
I explain you. I used to serve in the combat. It's special military in Israel. We suppose you send a soldier to Lebanon, Gaza area.
Because in the Middle East, obviously, if you're
we have a lot of problem in the Middle East, like you see, and many times, you know, the things that I teach the soldiers, it's how to use with the natural instinct and to protect yourself. And this is what I did.
When your life is really on the line.
Yeah, because in Israel, the soldiers take the gun, they sleep with the gun, they go with the gun to everywhere, the gun all the time on them. And if somebody tries to attack you, you need to know how to defend yourself, what to do.
And this is what you taught the guys.
This is what I teach the people what to do.
And this is what you're going to teach Josh today, right?
Right now, absolutely.
So when you go back to General Hospital, you're
I'm
going
gonna have some moves when I get back to General Hospital.
So you brought a gun here today.
Yeah, this is M16. It's not a real gun. I just need to say, okay, we break the gun before. We just, it's a plastic gun. It's not the best, but we do it slow. We do it very slow. All right, I'm going to do it on you or Josh.
Just pour.
Why don't you try Josh first?
Yeah,
okay.
Just
He'll be our
volunteer me.
guinea pig.
Right, guinea pig on this.
All
That's
right.
Great.
Usually, the soldiers all the time with the gun on them, around like that.
It might be easier if you stand over here by him.
Okay, all right, Josh.
To the side.
Okay.
Can you move over here?
If
this
you,
way?
okay. If you try to take the gun from me, all right? Try to take it in this way, but just slow because it's plastic. All right. You hold the gun. Very simple movement. I attack him, and after do everything that I want, go back and shoot. Very simple stuff. Okay.
Very simple. That was really quick.
Very simple.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So are we going to demonstrate?
You have a sword, all right? Try to attack me. You have a sword. You try to attack me.
I have a sword. Okay.
You have. Just imagine. You come from this way. All right. Protect. Move your arm. Attack you, and after do all the stuff. Go back. And just shoot, you know?
Part of the gun.
We break the gun. All right, I
love it.
Yeah, teach you like simple movement with the gun. If the target is very close to me, just straight punch to the face, all right? Very simple movement. Can come here, can come to your throat.
Now, what's the other guy doing, though? I mean, this is Israel, and there's...
What the other guy do? Try to kill you, try to take your gun.
He's carrying a gun too, right?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. Most of the time, yeah. Okay, this is about like terrorists. Then try to take your gun. Try to do something. Yeah, no gun. You just protect yourself. This is called self-defense.
So why don't you try to take his gun? We'll have you be the terrorist.
You want me to be
You are the terrorist.
I look like a terrorist.
In any way, all right? Okay. You want to take it? Again. Wow. And attack. And after do everything that you want and just...
You can shoot him.
Shoot him, and that's
after all that, if he's not done.
If it's on the floor,
if he's still fighting
if it's
after
on the
all
floor,
that, you shoot him.
Just shoot him and kill him after.
Well, you showed me something the other day that I thought was interesting. Maybe we can try this with you and Josh. Choke him.
Okay.
How's that?
Anyway.
Well, everybody does. Everybody
All
does
right.
this, even though
Yeah.
you're not supposed to, but everybody does this.
Okay. Just choke from the front, like that. Pull, and just kick to the groin. And after, I can just attack him and do everything that I want, and that's it. It's on the floor. And I have him. It's mine right now.
Yeah, I'm his right now.
If you choke me from the back and you push me, look, right, let's do something else and just attack, okay?
Okay.
But I'm really sorry about that.
That's okay. That's okay.
Yeah,
That was,
was a different choke. You know, this is what I mean, just natural instinct. I was thinking that he's going to choke me like that and push me. This is something else. We have so many different stuff that we can teach. It's like, I'm sorry about that.
That's okay. That's
Okay.
You got 2 mics on, though.
All right.
So Josh, what would you like to know from to help prepare you for your character? What kind of moves do you need for the
I
show?
think I need to have a seat for a minute.
Yeah, all right.
there.
I come back to that chair.
Yeah, I learned with the choke thing that the first thing they do is go for the groin, you know, so that's
Yeah.
a little bit
Yeah,
counterintuitive.
if somebody choke you from the front, the first thing, just going to the groin, kick on the groin. Kick, knee on the groin, that's it. Very simple. You don't need to know so much, you don't need to be a martial art guy just to protect yourself.
And so you said it's not technically Krav Maga, though.
You know, everything comes from the Krav Maga. Self-defense, protect yourself. It was special for the army in Israel, and right now they teach Krav Maga all over the world.
Right here in LA, there are several
They
locations.
teach right here in LA.
Do you teach it here in LA?
In Europe, no.
No.
I just take it for myself,
For yourself?
just for fun, but I'm not.
You should be training them.
Nah, it's different. I like to train soldiers. This is
Oh.
not. I used to train at the army like 400 people together. Sometimes it was 2,000 people together.
2,000 people?
Yeah, and you just teach them, and they need to listen. But my training part at the army, it was completely different. It was very tough. I didn't just do the self-defense. I was supposed to like to do the sport stuff for all the soldier in the place, and I did. I was supposed to run with them,
So you get them
do
trained
the
for
push-up,
battle
the
and everything.
exercise.
And you said a
Full-time
friend of
training.
yours was killed by a suicide bomber right on one mission?
Yeah, it was in Israel. He served with me, and it was one time that he just was supposed to do the patrol just to check, and somebody was like under the ground, and he just came up and shoot him right on his head. You
So
know,
you have to
and
be ready for anything.
yeah, it's happened, you know, the lifestyle in Israel. But I feel much safer in Israel than I feel here. This is the, you know.
Welcome to LA.
Yeah.
We'll be right back. And we're back with Josh Duhon and Dror Okavi. Joining me now is Thomas Tadlock. He's a personal trainer here in LA. Great to have you here today, Thomas.
Great to be here, Greg.
So what are you going to show us today? You're going to show us how to get in shape for fighting, is that it?
Well, first of all, I'm actually from Orange County, so it's a lot
Orange
safer
County.
part in Israel
Right, he's,
now, in LA. But yes, I'm a personal trainer there. I work at the Sports Club LA. I'm a master trainer there, and I'm also a master trainer for Star Trek. And I'm an expert in all aspects of fitness. And what we're going to talk about today is training to kick some butt.
Okay.
Simple as that. So, as Dror can tell you, I mean, when you think about it, what percentage of fights do you think actually end up on the ground? You know, hand-to-hand combat. Probably most of them, right? So, essentially, when you are fighting hand-to-hand, you want to be able to develop a lot of strength and agility and quickness with a low center of gravity. So I'm going to show you a few moves today that is going to really train those aspects. So,
And I just want to say, when you see a change in Josh's character on General Hospital, I take credit for that. You see this guy kicking butt. You know who taught him this? So.
Yeah. It's right along the lines of what
so
Logan
just
does.
show us
Okay,
your
so
thing.
first things first, the basics is you've got to be able to move. And when we talk about moving, compare it to exercises in the gym where movements are literally front and back, front and back. When it comes to the arena of self-defense, and I know this because I train a world champion, undefeated title holder in mixed martial arts. And frontal plane movement is such a
We've
key
also got
aspect.
a picture here of one of his other clients.
Yes, yeah.
Mark A, just to
Again,
show
this
you
is a
some of
different
the.
aspect right here. I mean, if you want to get really lean and ripped, this is a guy that just came to me to look good. He's not even a model, and next thing you know, we get his body ripped, and he's on 2 covers of the magazine, 2 different magazines for the same month, and 3 full features. But anyway, as far as the self-defense stuff goes, moving left and right and being able to do it explosively is a very, very key feature.
I saw your video on the internet. Okay.
Without a strong mind, we step to figure how I make.
So do I need to stand? Am I in the right position here or
Well,
not?
let's just
Because I
go
know
with
you
the
go.
simple lunge. So everybody knows how to do a walking lunge. You know, you
And
go
guys,
down
I
like
expect you
this,
to follow
go down
along
like
with this.
that, right?
Okay.
Now, when we talk about low center of gravity training, is I want to be able to keep you down low the
Okay.
entire time. Okay, so imagine just staying low like this, taking your next step without moving up or down.
Okay. I just don't see those two joining in though.
I'm a visual, so I need to watch this.
He wants to see it first. all right.
Well, let's see, guys. So everybody, let's get down here. Let's drop down about 1.5 feet, and then we're going to just take a big step forward like this. And
do-
we're going to do it backwards.
Okay.
So moving backwards just this way. Now we're going to take it in another two. So now let's go left and right. Okay. So we're going to go like this. Stay low. Step out to the right, and then step out to the left. Just like that.
Right, like that,
Yeah.
huh?
The whole idea of this type of training is you want to train in every plane. So front and back, left and right.
This is almost like Dancing with the Stars.
Exactly. So, well, imagine doing about 10 reps of these. What I want you to do is do just about 5 reps and feel the type
You
of
do
burn
5?
that you get on your
Okay, but I
quads
want
when
those
you
guys to
this.
do it too, though.
Let's
Okay,
go,
so we're
Greg.
going
Let's see it.
And we're talking,
Yeah,
about,
looks good.
we're talking about self-defense here,
Okay,
but
so-
boy, you're going to get some major burning and fire.
Yeah,
burn.
my
If you want to
son's
tone up your thighs, this is an excellent exercise. Now let's go right and left. Stay low, stay low.
Okay.
Come back up. Just like that.
You guys are good at this. He's
He's a pro.
a pro, Greg.
You can't get stuck with the stencil to singing. I'm a step.
So with hand-to-hand combat,
Yeah.
wouldn't you say it's so important to be able to know how to move left and right?
Absolutely, you need to be faster, yeah.
So when someone strikes at you, it's more effective to be able to move out to the left and the right
Yeah.
than it is to be able to move front and back sometimes. Okay. Now, going back to that statistic about how many of the fights actually end up on the ground. Most of them.
Many of
right?
them,
So you don't just smack a guy in the face and knock him out. It's a lot of times it ends up on the ground. So let's go into this next move.
Okay.
Everybody knows how to do a push-up, right? A push-up is actually a very effective exercise for being able to condition your body to fight. Because you're on the ground, you got to be able to have a lot of core strength like this, right? Down you go, and then back up. So this is the basics.
I'm getting my workout in tonight.
Yeah, you got it. Now, if you add that little push-up and you take a little push-up to the right, just kind of walk it like this, down and then to the left, now we've got that frontal plane movement again. Okay?
Yeah.
Good job, guys.
In that video,
Everybody up. I'm going to show you something really, really
you're
cool.
encouraging us. You should be doing
Good
it
job,
too.
guys.
We're talking, and I'm going to show you a little cool progression of this. So the whole point is you're on the ground, you're fighting a guy, he might be on top of you, you got to be able to push him off of you, or you got to be able to make an explosive move to get your feet under your body and hop out of there, right?
Okay.
So building explosive, once you've developed that strength, now we can eventually progress this. Watch out, guys, I'm going to be flying your way. Come down like that, and then explode up, down.
Okay, I'm impressed. Yeah,
That's
and
upper body explosiveness.
This might tempt me to go show my rings in my.
and you
Those are
have
some basic moves.
okay. So you think you could incorporate this on General Hospital?
I'm gonna have to talk to the stunt guys about this.
So
They gotta clear
that's the
all
way it
this
works out.
stuff,
You have
you
the
know.
you have the stunt guy do it for you. Is that what they?
Yeah, there's there's a stunt coordinator, and there's sometimes depending on what it is, body doubles. I mean, you don't.
Don't actually do it.
You're not. Yeah, I mean, if I twist an ankle or break a hand, or they can't they can't replace that. So it's not the type of thing.
Well, that's
we
no
get to do.
excuse for you at home. So, well, thanks guys for being here. I appreciate it. Thomas Tadlock,
My
personal
pleasure.
trainer,
Thanks,
Josh Duhon, General Hospital.
Thank you.
ABC. Thanks, Dror.
Thank you very
Thanks
much.
everybody for watching. We'll catch you next time. Okay, so I want to see you fly some more. Can you fly for us while we're going out here?